Hey everyone, Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler. We're going to do another What Sold on eBay Today video. It is Friday. I wish everyone a happy Friday. Hope your week has been amazing. Once again, I am Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler here. Definitely go down there and click the subscribe button if you want to see more future videos for sure. And definitely click the like button anytime during this broadcast. We definitely appreciate that. That helps the algorithm kick in and all that fun stuff. And we're going to get into just everything in just a second. Sales were decent, I would say, this week. So we're going to go through some of the items we sold in the last couple of days. We got Treasure Hustlers in the house, and that's Sassy. He says, hello, Chris. How you doing? How you doing? Good morning. Happy Friday to y'all. I hope you're doing well. And we want to give a huge shout out to Treasure Hustlers. I definitely want to get you ladies on the channel for an interview for sure. And you could tell me all about your dumpster diving adventures. I definitely want to hear about it. It's been a while since we've talked. And I think it's actually been over a year and a half. So definitely true that. We got Geronimo Rubio in the house. Fellow Steamian. Steam has been pumping the last couple of days. It's actually going down. I sold a little bit of mine yesterday at the height and bought some more Bitcoin. My goal is to have 1 Bitcoin by the end of the year. Hopefully it doesn't go up in price too crazy. You know, it's kind of one of those things where I just want to have 1 Bitcoin. There's only going to be 21 million of them produced. And so we're going to definitely do that. We got Flipper Joe's in the house. Longtime veteran of the channel. Hello, Flipper Joe. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Treasure Hustlers, we definitely want to have you on the show and see what's up. So we'll schedule that. It's hard to get in touch with people on YouTube, so you'll have to go through my Instagram account, which is at Thrift Shop Hustler, and we can talk from there. So yeah, let's get into it. I hope everyone is having an amazing week. It's going to be the weekend here pretty soon. So let's get right into it. Today, up first, we have this Playmobil Western train set. This was something that came in earlier in the week, and some of you have seen my Instagram posts where I was testing this thing out. And so this is one of the items that, you know, usually train sets, when they come in, they usually aren't worth too much. But this one, happened to look this one up, and it was going for between $200 and $300. If you had a brand new one of these, I think you could probably get $500 or $600 for this thing if it was brand new. But I tested it because it was going for a pretty good amount of money. Normally, we wouldn't spend the time of testing something that's not of low value, because our time, and it's a time and money thing. You're exchanging your time for money. So I try to be as efficient as possible with my time. But when I saw that the price of this thing was pretty high, I decided to take the track out and put it all together, which I normally don't do. We usually just sell it as is for parts. So there is that. But anyways, we took a best offer for, I want to say we took a best offer for $200 on this. Now it was kind of a lengthy box, so I had to actually go to the box store and buy a box. And I could have Frankenstein a box together, but just to be safe, I went and purchased a box for this thing so that it would fit in there properly. And it was actually crazy. It fit in there pretty snug. And so there's that. Train sets, definitely look them up. HO doesn't really do that well. Usually the very large ones or the very small ones are the ones you want to look out for. And I want to say N scale is the small ones, though train sets have lots of different scales. And I think this one is actually O scale. Let me see if it's even in the title here. No, it's just that's Playmobil. But yeah, train sets are crazy. Some of them go for a lot of money. Some of them don't. I mean, there's, like I said, HO is usually the train set that doesn't go for a lot. And HO scale is pretty much like the size of a small, like a Hot Wheel is 1/64 scale, and HO I want to say is 1/57 scale. Though I could be wrong. But anyways, I'm getting into nerdy collector stuff that I knew. I used to work at a hobby shop for a couple of years. And as a matter of fact, that's how I met my wife. And so I gained a lot of knowledge about cars and collectibles while working there, and it's actually kind of crazy. Geronimo Rubio says SMT Lite should be coming out this month, hopefully, and we are new on the Hubi exchange. Yeah, you know what's funny? We were on Hubi like a year ago. So I don't know what that was all about, because we've been on that exchange, Steam we're talking about. So I don't know. But anyways, we took a best offer for this. This sold actually really fast. This sold in less than 24 hours. We had a best offer for 200 and something, and I took it because, you know, why not? That's good money. So yeah, so this packed up and shipped via UPS, and so someone's gonna enjoy a new train set. And for those, I didn't even realize that Playmobil. And for those that don't know, Playmobil are these little figures. They're kind of like Legos. I want to say they've been out since the 70s, but they might have even been out before that. But anyways, this was a good sale. Next up, we have this Jules Feiffer signed tap dancer print. For those that don't know, Jules Feiffer is a very well-known cartoonist in the, I would say, like the magazine world. But anyways, this was an amazing framed piece. As we can see here, it was numbered to 40, so it's pretty limited edition. Did I take a photo of the close-up of this? And you can usually tell a print from a litho, because usually lithos are like high-quality prints, and if you use a jeweler's loupe, you can see on a print, you'll see the dot matrix. On a litho, it's a little bit more professional. You know, those things kind of aren't that noticeable. But yeah, this was cool. The frame alone was amazing. As you can see here, the new easel with the background really kind of captured the essence of this piece. As you can see here, there's nothing distracting from the artwork other than the artwork. So pro tip, if you're selling art, definitely try to get a setup like this where you have a pure white background and maybe a nice easel. And if you don't have that, just try to do just a pure white background so that you're displaying the art, because I see some art pieces that are put on eBay that just have like crazy stuff in the background, and it's all about not detracting from the viewer's eyes. But anyways, we took a best offer for this. I think we got like 120 something for it, plus $39.99 shipping. And what's nice is we have some frame boxes, so and you can pick those up at I think they sell those at, like, they don't have them at Home Depot. They might actually have them at Home Depot, but usually get these at like moving companies like U-Haul, or if you have a moving company, they sell them. You can, of course, you can buy them online, but not everyone is selling, you know, art all the time. So it's one of those things that you're not going to need to have on stock, but it's nice to have framed boxes so that these things fit really nicely and easily. You don't have to Frankenstein a box together. Though you can Frankenstein a box together for the frame art, but I definitely highly don't suggest that. Next up, we have these large copper frying pans. This is from Rancho Mirage. These were actually amazing sales. So great job with Carol doing this. These sales. When I first saw these pans, I thought nothing of them, but obviously they sold for a lot of money. This one sold for, we have two of them to show you. So one of them sold for $153. These are like copper frying pans. They look completely beat up, and they still went for a ton of money. The only thing I can think of is maybe because this particular brand from France is a reputable brand, which I've never even heard of before. But we did have a lot of watchers on this, and we did have a lot of bids on these for sure. Treasure Rush was saying, I think you forgot to change your title. I don't know, what is it? Let's see what it is. Oh, you're right. Darn it, I did. Hold on, let's change that. Let's see if it'll actually work. I don't think it'll work. On eBay for profit. Let's see if it even actually will change it midstream. Oh, this is bad. Ay, ay, ay. I'm telling you, it's something else always. Okay, there we go. It says all changes saved. So go ahead and refresh it and see if that worked. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, these frying pans were actually pretty good. We have another one right here. This is a medium copper frying pan. And I guess this company's called E. de Hillerin. I never heard of this brand before, so it's actually pretty crazy to see that these two sold for pretty much the same price. With this one actually had 13 bids, so there was like a few bidders that were going to town on these two pans, but one buyer actually is the one that did that for sure. Yeah, thanks, Treasure Rush. I'm not trying to mess up my search engine optimization. That's too funny. Yeah, you know what's funny is like I swear I went through all that stuff before I started the live stream, and of course it was always something. That's how it is. Next up, we have this vintage '90s record, Garage Punk 45s. 45s are pretty much 7 inches. They're not your traditional LPs that are about 12 inches wide. They're like little records, pretty much. Think of them as baby records. And 45s, we had a huge lot of them come in actually a couple weeks ago. I got really excited because these are all like garage band, local Southern California garage bands. And usually the more obscure 45s that you can find are the ones that are worth a ton of money. And I got really excited when I saw Hole and a bunch of kind of West Coast stuff, because I'm going to show you something right now. We'll go to Nirvana LP. Let's see, 45. Maybe it's actually not a 45 or LP. It should be just 45. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing here. So Nirvana has some actually pretty crazy expensive 45s. If we go here, we go to completed listings and we go to highest first. This is actually not a great example because there's some that are actually worth a really, really crazy amount of money. As you can see, there's some of them that are $100-something. This one is a 7-inch. This was a rare one. This one went for $279. But what I'm saying is look out for 45s. And definitely check those out. Not all 45s are going to be worth a lot of money, but I'm not really an expert in vinyl at all. But what I have noticed is that 45s are usually more money than the LPs. Now, not, but I think it's just because they made so many 45s. I mean, so many LPs. Hey, what's up? NH guy is in the house. Geronimo Rubio is saying our new retail business is doing well. We have sold more than 50% of our merchandise in a week from the house. I have 5 nieces and 4 girl cousins. We are selling women's clothing. Good business for us. Oh, awesome, dude. I'm glad. I'm glad to see you doing that, man. Like, you're hustling big time on Steam It, and your DTube videos are really cool. So I'm glad to see that happening. But back to 45s. Definitely look them up if you've seen them. As we can see, this mud hutting one went for 124, so definitely check it out. This was another lot just to show you. We had how many did we get? We probably got in maybe 50 of them, and I separated them into bands. This band, Bikini Kill, was probably one of the most known bands in that series, even though they were pretty much obscure garage bands from Southern California. Bikini Kill is one of the more popular ones that some people that are into music might know or have heard of. But anyways, these went for $26 with 6 bids. And I was hoping some of the other ones would have went for higher prices, but they didn't. But that's okay. But, just to look out for 45s and to check them out. If you definitely come to... Right. So Heartwise777 saying Soul 45s can make you big bucks. Yeah. I know some of like the really vintage jazz, old 45s can go for a lot of money. Now, I need to do more research in 45s and LPs and like do a deep dive into the history of all that stuff. But, records, vinyl has become huge over the last 10 years, I would say. I remember even seeing like a little piece of that happening in the 90s where people were starting to kind of collect old vinyl and stuff like that. But now it's like, it's super, super, super popular. It's back again. So there's tons of vinyl that comes into our shop every week. So, I know Goodwill has a ton of vinyl. So just, you just go shopping around. You might find some stuff. And you can use the free Amazon Sellers app. I think it's free. And you can actually just scan the cover of a LP and will pull up, which is really cool. So that's a pro tip. Next up, we have this vintage cream colored pitcher wash basin. This is actually a really cool piece, and there's a lot of kind of interest in this, though I think it had a little bit of a hairline crack, and the seller, or Carol, actually went and put in water just to test it. That's how far the customer service went with asking questions about this, because they were concerned whether or not it would hold water. So this is a cool sale, $35, and like I said, shipping this thing is going to be a little bit of an interesting kind of thing. I'm not a fan of shipping glass. Just the potential of breakage, as we can see here, that handle just is would be notorious for breaking. So yeah, shipping glass I'm not a fan of, but it's a good sale, $35. Next up we have this Donna Karen New York red tank top, sequins, cashmere. This is one of the earlier photos. As we can see here, it's not all the white background with the shadows, so that's like version version 2.0 with the photography, and we're at version 3.0 right now, I would say. And we had a bunch of these come in, and all of them sold really fast except for this red one. Now, you know, maybe it's just the color, maybe it was the size, I'm not sure. Donna Karen was pretty high quality sequins tank top, and I think this is pretty much would go with another kind of outfit. You'd wear this underneath something else, but I'm not sure. I'm still getting into women's clothes. I've kind of stayed away from women's clothes forever until this year when I started working for the society, and you know, just we get in so much high-end stuff, and it's actually I'm really interested in learning about all this kind of stuff. So yeah, we got Heartwise in the house, NG, we got Julia R, and we got Bearded Picker. What's up, man? Dude, your channel has blown up over the last year and a half. So congratulations, man. I've kind of checked in to see like what everyone else was doing like a month ago, and I was just blown away by like Taco Stacks and Stephanie and the Reseller Killers, and like, you know, all the people that were just starting out when I was starting out are just doing an amazing job on YouTube. Julia R says we call them 7-inch singles in the UK. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm not a vinyl expert by any stretch of the imagination. I think I've heard people call them like 45s here in the United States, and you guys can let me know if I'm wrong or right. I hear 45s all the time here. So yeah, dude, Bearded Picker, check him out. He's in the link. He's in the chat. You can check out his channel. He's got a really cool channel. But anyways, this sold. We just sent into like 8 boxes into the Real, so we're gonna test that out because we get, you know, a flood of stuff in. So it'd be cool to be more efficient with our time. Next up, we have this Franklin Library Canterbury Tales. We talked about these books before. When you go to garage sales, people are just like blowing these kind of things out for like 25 cents. So just look out for Franklin Mint. I wonder if there's a cover. I guess the side is probably the best thing you're going to do. The Franklin Library, look for these. If you can find these for like 25 cents, they sell anywhere between $10 and up. So it's like one of those things where it's not glamorous. It's not high end, like, wow, look, I found this Canterbury's Tale. It's not Instagram worthy, but if you can get these for a quarter and you do like 100 of these in a month or 100 of these in a year, all that money adds up. It's all a numbers game, folks. You all know that. Next up, we have this Invasion Newspaper WW2 World War II. We got in a bunch of like classic newspapers, and they're all ending today. So if you're interested, the link is going to be below. If we go to see other items and we go to ending soonest, we have a bunch of stuff ending today that is bidding. We have these Star Trek models, and there's a bunch of newspapers that don't have bids on them that are like classic newspapers, like the Stalin's Dead, like the day Stalin died. There was a lady that I guess must have collected all this kind of stuff. We got Pearl Harbor, Korean War, Alcatraz. There's like a lot of crazy things. The earthquake of 1989, the Berlin Wall. This is great, like, history stuff, so definitely go and check that out. Link is going to be below. Yeah, so everyone, I hope that was it. Hope everyone has a great weekend. I appreciate you for stopping by. Definitely click the like button. Go and check out everyone in the chat below. And like I said, the link to the society shop is below. 100% goes to cancer research. It's amazing. I'm truly blessed to be a part of that group. And definitely go and check that out. I wish everyone a happy weekend, great sales. Hopefully you guys have weather that's good enough to do some thrifting or some garage sales. So I wish you all the best of luck. I appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you next time. Take care.